welcome back to Let's Talk by George. In today's video, we are going to do a review on myui port. Yes, that is right. Our friends have ported myui for our beloved Poco M3 or Juice devices. Now, you can flash the ROM without any issues by using Orange Fox Kime recovery, which says Kime, right? So the port is actually pretty much smooth. Well, this is how the quick settings looks like, and the quick settings is something that has some kind of similarity to MIUI. So if you swipe the left side down, you will have all the icons, quick settings icons, and if you swipe from the right side, of course you can see all the notifications. So this is how the quick settings work. And the default caller, the default phone application is actually something similar to MIUI, and it is actually using Google Messages for the Messages application. Now going to the app drawer, as you can see, the port actually comes with the Play Store, so you don't need to actually flash different or flash G apps, custom G apps. And it also has some Google applications which are actually useful to you. So that is about the port side. Now the port is actually equipped with two sort of launchers. One is the myui default launcher, which actually has little bit of customization, but not a lot of customization. Then going to the settings page. Well, the settings page looks like this, something that we are actually familiar with it on most of the custom ROMs. Now, almost all options are similar or same like we get in AOSP. So there isn't any much modification being done to the option side. Rather, you will have some kind of flicker prevention, attentive display, something like that. I didn't test it. Then display refresh rate, you can actually choose custom display refresh rate, and 3-finger screenshot if you want to have it, and swipe for split, then screen record. Then you can enable adaptive brightness. One thing that I have noticed is if you are actually using dark theme, it doesn't have monet enabled by default. Then coming back, there is actually a personalization section over here, so you can choose to have different sort of wallpapers. So you will have on device wallpaper, something like this, and you will have all the standard Google wallpapers. Then coming back, you can also choose custom themes with custom colors and wallpapers. And going back again, you can choose custom colors for the interface, like basic colors and stuff like that, if you want to choose something like that. Now icon packs, you will have just moto icons, and you can choose to have custom icon shapes. Then display and text size, you can customize the display and text size. Then layout of the launcher, fingerprint animation. Well, this is actually for the display under fingerprint or fingerprint under the display. This doesn't work with our device. Peak dial, you can choose to have custom clock dials. And sounds, you can choose to have different sort of sounds for the ringing tone and stuff like that. Then dark mode. So if you want to enable the dark mode into light mode or light mode to dark mode, you can definitely do that. So let us try to do it. So this is actually how it looks like. Now under the fonts section, actually our friends have added a lot of fonts which you can actually choose from here. So a lot of custom fonts are over here, so you don't have to worry about having just a default font for the user interface. You can choose to have different sort of fonts here. There are a couple of nice choices of fonts. Now going back, gestures, you will have the standard options under the gesture, which we are actually familiar with in the AOSP. So gesture navigation, you will have 2-button, 3-button and stuff like that. Swipe to invoke assistant, and if you don't want to see the pill under navigation pill, you can also hide it here. So apart from that, all the options are similar or same like in AOSP. Now if you want to display the battery percentage, make sure to enable it from the battery section, and battery section actually looks like this. Then storage, password and account security. You will have fingerprint face unlock over here. Then the ROM is not actually encrypted by default. Let us go back again and let us go to the about phone section and go to the Android version 13. Thus it is on the latest security update, and it is actually using the stock MIUI kernel, which is actually having nice performance. I feel the port is actually smooth. Now this is my review about the port. To be honest with you, I have used the port for almost like 2-3 hours, and I didn't find any issue. But one thing that I've noticed is the default camera is actually having some sort of issue. It force closes by default. I do not know what exactly is happening. So if you want to use a camera, I believe it is better to use a Gcam or something like that. Then coming to the settings, the custom DPI, or if you want to reduce the let us say small width, it doesn't actually quite work with the developer option. So that is also something that I have felt. Then there is actually a performance thing. So there is also a RAM boost. Maybe this will actually make the ROM bit more smooth. So there is actually an option like a performance in the system. So yeah, in the system option. So this is my review about the myui. It is definitely a good port, great port, I would say. Yeah, you can expect few glitches and maybe some small bugs. Bugs like the Play Store is not actually certified. Maybe you will have to flash the safety net module and pixel props in order to make the safety net pass. So apart from few minor bugs, the port feels actually very nice, and it is very smooth also. So it is up to you to decide whether you want to use it on a long run basis, or you just want to have an experience with the myui. Then it's a great port. Once again, I would like to thank the person who had ported it for our beloved device, and I thank you for his effort, for his time, for making the port stable and smooth for our device. Once again, I would like to thank you for watching my ROM review. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.